Yeah, guys, welcome back. It's good to be back. Another episode of the Elevator Life Show. Today we're talking about our favorite topic. No, not really. We actually haven't talked about it on here, but it's another question that we've been getting from a lot of readers, and it deals with financial difficulties and all that goes with being an entrepreneur.
This is probably one of the most frequent questions we get. How much does it cost to do A? What if I only have B? How much do I need to be comfortable to live a lifestyle C? Everything revolves around them being comfortable or them being able to make the initial move.
Exactly. That's everyone's number one concern. Obviously, you want to be able to survive when you get over here. It just made Nick and I think back to ourselves, and we had a few interesting conversations when we were talking about it, because that shouldn't be your main concern that's holding you back from opportunities.
Yeah.
We've had some people going, I can't come over for a few months, I can't, maybe next year I can get over there. But that's why we're going to be talking about what we're going to talk about today, and that's financial difficulties and financial hardships when it comes to being an actual entrepreneur. And boy, we've been there, haven't we?
It's funny to think back on now. I mean, even at the time, with our attitude, we always put everything in a positive light, but to say shoestring is being generous to what we were hanging on by for quite some time, when everything was getting started and everything was starting up. But you know, the most important thing is if you're 100% confident in the fact, in your business, in your idea, in your drive, and your motivation, that should be enough for you to, you know, be able to put 100% of your wealth or
no matter what it is,
your capital, what it is, into this venture, into this idea you have. And I'm not talking, like we said, a fairy tale idea, but something where you've done the research, you've done the market research, there's room in the market, or you're going to develop the market, and it's reasonable and it's feasible. Then we're talking, if everything checks out, you go ahead and make that dive. You push in, you push all in. You know, Tim's a big poker player, that's his favorite thing.
Guys, the thing is entrepreneurship will take risks. It does take a lot of confidence in yourself to make a move to a place like China to just become an international entrepreneur. But the thing behind it all is, one of the common questions we get is, how much does it take to live there? Give me a budget, guys, give me a budget. And you know, we can look at the camera and go, you can get by here on $1,000 US a month. No problem. I mean, you're not going to be living an extravagant life, you're not going to be celebrating all the time, you're going to be getting by. That's exactly what we mean when we say that, you're getting by. But that's okay for an entrepreneur. I mean, being candid as we possibly can, guys, there were times where we were very, very, very broke. Like, I don't know how else to say this. It was kind of a funny process that we went through, because it went from, you know, when you're just starting out, you're like, okay, you know, I expect some failure, because everyone tells you that. And so we went from starting here and going, okay, we'll get some failure. The first venture didn't work out. We're like, perfect. We've been through our failing point. Now it's time to come up. And even on the process to where our wine venture is now, you know, there's even more failures that get you, you know, they talk about this curve of success. This point, you're going to be even more of on a shoestring budget, just because you got to be able to put everything in, like Nick just said, go all in when it comes to dedicating yourself to your business and what you're really going to build. And so what we really want to talk about today is this whole mindset that goes into people jumping into a market like China or becoming an international entrepreneur. We want to make clear that you're going to have to go through financial hardships. Unless you're coming over here, you're balling, you got money to spend, and you can just jump right into the game, money doesn't mean that much to you, then this doesn't really apply. But for a lot of the people that we've been talking to that want to come over here on budgets, they want to know how much they need to survive, my main message is you're going to be on a shoestring budget no matter what. The most important thing is to get over here in the market, start dealing with the opportunities, start interacting, start building a network in this marketplace. You can find a way to make money, you can find a way to survive. Everyone is resourceful, and especially in a place like China, there's so many opportunities just to get part-time jobs. The most important thing is to get over here into the marketplace.
Yeah, comfort, what we say is, you know, people ask how much is a comfortable life. Comfort ranges for everybody's, you know, personal preference, it's subjective, but you don't move somewhere like China as an entrepreneur to be comfortable. If you're comfortable, you can sit in your living room, you know, with your VPN on Facebook, cooking the Western meals you're used to, but that's not going to spur you to do anything, right? That's not going to what?
Well, you can get there. I mean, we do that sometimes,
yeah.
but not in the beginning. That's what we're pointing out. I mean,
no. What I'm saying is that it's just like a comfortable life, regardless of what it is for you. It's like you don't want to be comfortable because then you're not going to do anything. It goes to a post we had a few weeks ago about, you know, changing your environment. Mm-hmm. That will spur your innovation. That will make you, you know, change your, like we said, change your trajectory, where your aim is, where your goal is. And it's the same thing about being comfortable. It's like you don't want to be in that state where you're accepting, where you're coasting. You always want to be just moving. And we say making moves, you know, hustling, that mentality of doing something, being, you know, making progressive action, not, you know, just in the kitchen cooking like, I don't know, chicken breasts and some kind of mashed potatoes or something.
Exactly. Guys, one of the things to keep in mind too is we always tell each other that, especially, is a lot of the progress in your business can be seen in the small things that improve. Maybe on your network is growing, you're meeting the right people, and that's growing in the right way before the money even starts coming in. And so you can be seeing a little bit of success. Other people might not see it as that, but you kind of feel it's there. That gives you even more confidence to go all in and be like, I'm okay living on this shoestring budget because I know where I'm going. And that's what an environment like China can do for you in your entrepreneurial journey. It's, you can get into situations where, and that's exactly what happened to us with our wine thing. We were on a shoestring budget, shoestring as the shoestring gets. And we knew we were going in the right direction because all these outside factors were telling us so. So in our minds, we were seeing success before it was actually a successful venture in terms of monetary value. And so that's one thing that we want to point out. But getting back to the thing that really spurred this post was not only the questions we receive about budgets, but also when we thought back about our timeline as entrepreneurs and living here in China, from where we started and what our preconceived notions of what failing was to what, and being like on the border of broke, that was actually, it was just funny. We had, broke. Like, we just had some conversation of what you think failing is going in, and like, you're like, I could probably lose this amount of money. If you really believe in your venture and are willing to dive in head first for it, you'll be surprised, you know, how you can get by. People always have these notions in their head. They're like, if I don't have this, I can't do it. I can't, you know, I have to have this safety. And for us, we were able to push that envelope way farther than we ever thought we could.
Ever.
You know?
Ever.
You're able to get by, guys. Financial difficulties come with being entrepreneurs. And it's just an amazing, now that we look back on it, like the trajectory that we went through, because I'll never forget that, like a few years back going, we failed. We've done it. Now it's probably going up time.
Now it's down.
And that wasn't even the start.
No, it's those little failures that you learn from that makes you successful. And like Tim also said, the feeling of positive growth or successful will come before, you know, the monetary gain or the capital influx of money pours in. But what people see is when you start to see that success and you emulate that when you're talking to people, now that is definitely something you need to harness and take advantage of, because when they see a confident person and you're confident in what you're doing, that just opens so many more doors, because people want to deal with people who they, you know, see as successful, they see as becoming successful. Everybody wants to work with those kind of people. And there's been no shortage of opportunity coming our way, especially lately, because they see where things are going in regards to our business.
Exactly. And so guys, we want to leave you with this message. If that is something holding you back, if that's a main question that you're asking, how much money do I need to come over? If you're really serious about becoming an international entrepreneur, you'll find a way to get over here. You'll get over here. That's the most important step, is getting into the marketplace. Okay, and then it will come when you find an opportunity that you're so passionate about, you will be willing. That's the coolest thing to realize. You will be willing to live on the edge of broke, because you have so much. You've seen the little steps of success. You know what's coming your way. That financial difficulties, you kind of see them differently as an entrepreneur than when we first started. That's why our perceptions of it, and now talking back on it, has totally changed. your perceptions of what financial difficulties are. As you know, before we became entrepreneurs, it was like, oh no, I can't be like broke. When you're an entrepreneur, you're like, man, I have so much stuff coming in the future. Like we're building it. That excitement almost kind of blurs out what financial difficulties exist. You know, it's okay.
Yeah, you have something. At least you have your survival coming in from somewhere, and as long as you're covered, you know that should be enough motivation for you to wake up and make sure you're a lot more than covered the next month.
Exactly, guys. So the most important thing, get into the marketplace. It's exciting. That's where everyone is. It's where the buzz is happening. Financial difficulties will come, and they'll come hard. And you actually, hopefully, can laugh about it because we've had a fun time on our journey. And so that's it for you guys.